It's a great day to be alive. The sun's still shining and it blows my eyes. Hard times in the neighborhood. Why can't every day be just this good? It sounded great. It sounded great right
there. We live in a world where Netflix exists, so it's pretty cool that you came out here tonight instead of staying in. And I know there are many barriers to going out, like what to wear and where the heck to park downtown. And thank you to Eddie and Shawn for letting us play and trusting that we wouldn't scare the red clay crowd away. 'Cause I really love being out here playing shows, 'cause I'm starting to crave moments I'm not staring at my phone.
Okay, I was gonna start
Look
it.
at all of us not staring at our phones. Thank you for letting me sing to you. It's always been my favorite thing to do, and I know I'm not selling out arenas quite yet, but it's pretty cool that I can play my songs to pay the rent. And thank you to Will's friends for letting us stay on their couches in their spare rooms. 'Cause those old hotels, they get lonely as hell, and the hotel staff don't want to stay or play and laugh after the show with you. My grandmother says that the best thing about
So, hello everyone. Welcome to the Red Clay Music Foundry. Thank you so much for coming out this evening. Really appreciate you being here, and hello to you folks watching the live stream on EOP Live on the YouTube channel. We appreciate you guys being here. This is the EOP Songwriter Series, which we do once a month, hosted by Mr. Chuck McDowell from the band DeSobo, who we love and cherish, and I have to admit I'm enamored with, but not in a sexual way, just in a life way. I love the man dearly, and I'm so happy to be involved in a series with him. If you haven't been here before, a special welcome to you. There's a couple of weird things about this building. There's 2 restrooms in the lobby. They are unisex because there's 1 potty per hole, so you queue up in front of the bar and wait your turn and then go in. Or there's a men's room and a ladies' room downstairs. You can go down there if you don't want to queue up in front of the bar and wait on that. We do 2 sets of songs this evening. There'll be 1 set of music, and then we'll take a little intermission, and we'll do another set. There's a ton of great Christmas gifts in the lobby. All the boys that are playing tonight have merchandise out there, and they won't be upset if you buy every bit of it and take it home with you, because they can get some more. So please consider that, because Christmas is right around the corner, and it'll creep up on you before you know it, and you will need that last minute gift, and this is a great place to get those this evening. So please consider that. The three folks that are playing tonight, first of all, I got to say, as much as I love Chuck, and I already said that, and I know he's watching on the stream, he's not here this evening. Chuck is a warrior, and he's fighting something that a lot of people that we know and love. There's no one in this room that hasn't been touched by the nasty thing that goes on with having some sort of cancer. And Chuck's fighting that right now, and he is a warrior. He is a man of faith. I've never known a person in my life that I have loved more and respected more than Chuck McDowell, and that includes everybody in my family, immediate family and extended family and forever family. And I love my family. They're the most important thing in my life. But I love Chuck McDowell. But he's not here tonight. He's not going to be here tonight. So, oh yeah, that's my daughter up there. She's doing the edits for the live stream. So, sorry, Lucy-Blair, you're just right there, either level with or just barely behind Chuck. But I love you too. But I love Chuck McDowell. And but he won't be here tonight, and we're all saddened by that. And we're all encouraged by his fight and his discipline and his just, he's going to beat this in some way, shape, form, or fashion. I know that and I feel that, but he couldn't be here tonight. So he's gone into a little period where it's a little worse than it was. So, but we're going to do another one of these in July with Michelle Malone and Shawn Mullins and somebody else, we don't know who, but we're going to do it. And he'll be here for that. I know he will. I feel it in my heart and I feel it in my head. I know he'll be here. So, but the three folks, and I let him curate this thing. He's the host and the curator, and normally I don't stand up here this long already, but I'm going to stand up here a second longer because he's not here to tell you about these folks. So he invited these three fellas to come and play tonight, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about them. It's going to be, first of all, when the screen comes up on that'd be your left, is going to be a fella named Walter Parks. And Walter lives up in Jersey City, New Jersey, but he's from this area. He's actually got southern roots, but he's been a Yankee for a long damn time. But the thing is, if you're a Yankee and you come south, you're always a Yankee. But if you're a Southerner and you go north and stay there forever, you're still a Southerner. So he still is. And he was out on the road with Richie Havens for about 10 years, and he had a band called the Nudes, and they were great. And he's still writing music and still playing music, and he's curating some things up in Jersey City and doing fine. And we're just really tickled pink that Walter's here this evening. When the stage comes up, the guy in the middle is going to be a guy named Wyatt Esplin. Wyatt lives up in North Georgia, and he travels and works, and he's probably one of the hardest working musicians I know. He stays on the road all the time, and he's got to deal with the car company, and he just goes and puts miles and miles and miles and miles on these cars and plays songs. And he's a really good songwriter, and you're going to love every song he plays, I promise you. And then when the stage comes up, when the screen comes up all the way over here on this side, is going to be a young man named Malcolm Holcombe. And Malcolm and I go back to the early 90s when I first opened that place down in Decatur. And I'd booked this woman that I loved, and I was enamored with her, and she was great, and she was a great performer and a great songwriter. Her name was Dana Kurtz. And Dana called me up and said, Eddie, because used to, we didn't have email and stuff. You had to actually call somebody. And she called me, and you couldn't do text. She called me, said, Eddie, I'm going to bring this fella to open named Malcolm Holcombe, and you're going to love him. And I said, okay, bring him on. So the day the show comes up, and me and Mark Reynolds, Uncle Mark Reynolds, we all knew him and love him. He's dead now, God bless him. But we were upstairs, and we heard this banging on the door, and I said, Mark, go see who the hell that is, because it went on and on and on and on. And he went down, and it was all silent for a while. I was upstairs, and he said, well, I had to pawn it to get the bus ticket to get here. He said, I'll play one of Dana's. And I'm like, well, okay, let's go. I've never been more enamored, first time hearing a song, than that night that I heard Malcolm Holcombe. So you guys are in for a treat because you have three great songwriters, three great performers that are going to play for you tonight, 2 sets. So hang out with us, buy all the merch, take it all home with you. Normally Chuck would normally at this point, I wouldn't have said all that shit. I would have just said something about Chuck and the screen would come up. But we don't have that here. So right now what's going to happen is even though Chuck's not with us, Chuck is going to open this show, and then the screen comes up, and then the boys up here are going to take it away. But I think we're sort of waiting because Chuck wrote a theme song for this show about the Norfolk Southern, about the railroad right there. There's right there that you're going to hear 27 times a day here, whether you want to hear it or not. All right, here we go. So y'all please give a nice welcome to Chuck McDowell, who he love.
52 blocks of timber, 85 feet of rail, 38 yards behind the metal door. Hear that whistle wail, it rumbles in your belly, it rattles in your bones. It feels like striking thunder, you can't hear the whistle moan. She's called the Norfolk Southern, she rides along the track. She's searching for a song to sing, it keeps her coming back. Red clay music foundry, where the singers sing their song. Keeps calling her like sirens, they just want to sing along. She sings along, she sings along. Norfolk Southern Railroad train comes by to sing a song. Keeping time with clicks and clacks, she wants to sing along. There she goes, but she'll be back, she's searching for a song. Boxcars stacked like Legos, she takes them on away. She can flatten out a penny 6 times a day. Well, it feel that beat start thumping, and the song begins to roar. Listen to that backbeat, you might hear that engine roar. She sings along, she sings along. Norfolk Southern Railroad train comes by to sing a song. Keeping time with clicks and clacks, she wants to sing along. There she goes, but she'll be back, she's searching for a song. You might find it in the classroom, you might find it on the stage, wherever Eddie's cooking. But it's gonna be the rage. Come down and get your ticket, hear the songs that we sing. And maybe if you're lucky, you can hear that whistle sing. She sings along, she sings along. Norfolk Southern Railroad train comes by to sing a song. Keeping time with clicks and clacks, she wants to sing along. There she goes, but she'll be back, she's searching for a song. There she goes, but she'll be back, she's searching for a song. Thank you. Thank you very much. If you didn't notice it earlier in the evening, you'll probably notice it sometime.
Good evening, everybody. How you doing tonight? Well, I've been voted to kick this thing off, and I'm honored to be here. And howdy, Chuck. We're going to sing every song for you tonight. My name's Wyatt Esplin. I came down from Hiawassee, Georgia. I'm going to start this song off about somebody I was enamored with for many years, and I realized every one of my songs was about them, and I got tired of writing about them. So I said I want to write one last song, but I ended up naming it after their hometown, so they still know it's about them. It's called Alma. I hope you like it.
They've all been asking about you while I was trying to forget you. But if they really knew, they'd hush their mouths, I bet you. started talking to myself. There's never been anyone else like you. Full moon shines through the rain, my face is soaking wet. And in the mountain range I see your silhouette. Oh, Alma, yeah, I smoked it by myself. Alma, I couldn't find anyone else like you. Alma, Alma, received your postcard, you saw the mystery. Sorry you broke my heart, well that was news to me. Oh, Alma, you wore a smile the day you left. Alma, you knew I'd find nobody else, didn't you? Alma, Alma, Alma. Drove through your town today, I'm away from Jacksonville. We had a gig at 8, but still found time to keep. Oh, Alma, you learn all these songs I write. Alma, don't let me be alone tonight. Thank you. Alma, 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 I've been talking to myself. Alma, I couldn't find anyone else. I couldn't find anyone else.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, just give me more guitar in the house if you wouldn't mind. Just, make it nice and robust. A lot of showbiz on it. Like Eddie said, I'm living up north now, but I grew up in the South. I grew up in Jacksonville, actually, and went to UGA, so this is kind of like home for me in a certain way, these parts. And so I'm going to start off with a tune called Comin' Home Holler. What the Comin' Home Holler is a little piece that I found in the Smithsonian. I used to camp out in the Okefenokee swamp, which is in southeast Georgia. You can't just go out there now and freeform camp anymore, but I could do it as a young adult and before that as a Boy Scout. And I used to see all these railroad tracks out in the middle of the palmettos, and I thought, what the hell is that? And just did a little investigating and realized that there was a whole town that was made on some of those islands out in the Okefenokee. And I got to thinking, if there was all these people out there, there must have been some music made. And nobody thinks of the Okefenokee in terms of music, but in fact, there were fiddlers and banjo players out there and that kind of thing. And quite frankly, if I can be completely honest, I didn't grow up listening to too much Southern music in terms of bluegrass and country styles, but I've taken more of a love for it as an adult. And it's just that process of going back and figuring out where you came from. So can I play one of the songs that came from the Okefenokee, and we'll get it started like that. So this is an actual melody I took from the Smithsonian. It starts with what they call a holler, like I said. 'cause I'm tired of wondering. I don't know if I'll make it by and by. No, I don't know if I'll make it by and by. No, I don't know if I'll make it by and by. No, I don't know if I'll make it by and by. Thank you.
All right. That's the part where you say, man, I need a cigarette. Let's see. Are we getting any sound out of this thing, man? Change the odds on me. We ain't got nothing, Shawn. I don't know what happened to that. Worked at sound check. It was a Vietnam veteran killing machine. Made it back alive, not a streak of bean. Good friend of mine, reckon 35 years. Not one cross word looking eye to eye. You don't know better. Strung out in the cold, and you don't know better. You got no home. You don't know better. When you left alone to die. She was pretty as a pitching needle in her arm. Another burnout night we were doing wrong. Never hugged and a kissed her, but a heartbeat strong. Another burnout night we were doing wrong. Now you don't know better. You're strung out in the cold, and you don't know better. You got no home. You don't know better. You left him alone to die. Upside down at the bottom of the steps, in a pool of blood and nobody left. Me and Drew in a New York cop, walking on chains and falling out. You don't know better. You're left out in the cold, and you don't know better. And you got no home. You don't know better when you're left alone to die. I see pictures every day in the headline news, cussing to pray at the world and the blues. I mow the yard and I go out to eat. Still a labor to work, but I just can't feel. And I don't know better. When I struck out in the cold, I don't know better. But I got a home, and I don't know better. When I leave you alone to die. Thanks. Oh, kick it, man.
And that was beautiful. God, what a great song. Well, I didn't know I was going to be stuck on stage with these two amazing legends here, so I'm going to do the best I can. Those are two amazing songs, and I am left speechless. So I'm a songwriter, though. Yeah. I'm a songwriter, and I'm going to try not to cry and just sing my own damn songs. And no, this is an honor. This is a new song of mine, and it's on my new album coming out in July.
Yeah, they'll kick you when you're down. It appears they don't like the sound of a heartbeat like a drum through the wall. And it's the kind that keeps you up all night. You won't find you sleep before daylight in that weeping willow. She's standing tall. She taught you a thing or two. What you have to do. She taught you a thing or two. Bought some time, and that's all you've got to do. Now you gave it down to the old gray man when he was holding out his hand. He said, "That won't hit the bottom of the wave." Temptress, you took to your bed. It's not what she sung, it's what she said. You wanted more than what she had to say. She taught you a thing or two. You ought to know what you have to do. She taught you a thing or two. Your peace of mind is all you've got to lose it all for a little while. Come on back with a vengeance. Show 'em you don't need. And when you walk that crooked mile, throw your heart in the river. It's something you all need. Death is a needle in a dry haystack. She blends in like a diamondback. You won't hear her rattle till it's much too late. She comforts you on the darkest night, 'cause you're another fool who wants to end it right. She says it's not your time, you'll have to wait. She taught you a thing or two. You all know what you have to do. She taught us all a thing or two. Thought you had nothing left to do. Oh, hey.
Thanks. Thanks, Walter, man.
I found that if you have a little time off in your life and if you stare at something long enough, that red, for instance, why is it, you know, all these things come to mind. Why is it the size it is? Why is it the font that it is, for example? And, you know, the point of it all is to just kind of look at everything in your life in a different way, you know, and just whatever it is you decide to stare at. Anyway, at one point I was looking at an old farmhouse, and they're all over the South. They're boarded up, you know. To me, a boarded up farmhouse is just it just spells tragedy in one sense, and there's a story behind it, you know. And it's somewhere down the line somebody tried to hold on to that farmhouse and couldn't do it. You know, they let it slip out of the family hands or something like that, most of the time. And I was looking at an old house that was well beyond its grandeur at one point in Wisconsin, and I just sat myself down and wrote this song based on that. So y'all take it from there. But this is one called "Try," and I hope you like it. This is what it feels like when the fickle hand of time leads us through our innocence and then it turns unkind. This is what it feels. Start that verse again. This will be my memory, the last I take of you. Something that I love so much, but I can't hold on to. We thought nothing could affect us. We made a deal with Providence. We prayed that you protect us from the elements. So how can I just leave you here to die on solid land? It's a matter of salvation. It's a matter of the man. Try to keep living. Try to catch the light. Try to keep giving, you'll be all right. He built you and Wisconsin back in 1922. His granddad was so fond of saying no other state would do. He had left winter's bite on another continent, and that he had to have his northern lights was no coincidence. And I feel like I betrayed you after all you've done, 'cause I will never pass you down like my father to his son. And I pray you catch a young man's eye and he paints you white again. You never know how hard I tried. Good luck to you, old friend. Try to keep living. Try to catch the light. Try to keep giving. You'll be all right. Thank you. I messed that one up a bit, but
Oh, mighty fine, boy.
that's what.
He's singing higher than the cat's back, Walter. That's pretty high. Yeah, we're going to try to go ahead and get the siren surf effect here going, kids. This is a little part right here where you can twiddle your thumbs and talk about, oh man, I mean, hope I don't have a flat tire. Boy, that was funny as hell, wasn't it? So, I'll tell you a quick tale while he's trying to do something. My wife and I went to Savannah. You guys been to Savannah?
Yeah.
Cool. we were down there years ago. We're just, you know, my boy was a teenager, so I gave him $1, took him downtown, and we took off to Savannah. So I was trying to get the damn TV to work. Some bitch couldn't work. And my wife was bringing in the luggage trying to distract me. And that's supposed to be funny, too. Boy, tough crowd, man. Tough crowd. And so we were down there for a couple of days and messing around. And it rained like hell both days. So then I came home and boy spent that $1. Pissed me off. So this is a little tune. It's cool in Savannah, like the last time I know. It's cool in Savannah, like the last time I know. Feel lost and hurting, thirsty like before. Ain't nobody see me when I look 'em in the eye. Nobody see me when I look 'em eye. It's raining in Savannah, my bones are aching all the time. raining in Savannah. Lord, my poor bones are aching all the time. And the undertaker's mean and ugly. He's a humming pines. This crazy way of dying, sinking low down in my head. Crazy way of dying, sinking low down in my head. I'm deep below the sunshine. This here's a cold, lonely bed. It's crowded in the ground, Lord, and nobody knows my name. Crowded down here in the ground, nobody knows my name. Everybody's in a box, and everybody looks the same. Yellow fever's awful bad, and I ain't got no money for a bell. Yellow fever, Lord, is bad, and I ain't got no money for a bell. Been buried here alive, and ain't nobody gonna tell. Thanks.
We're going to do one more round of songs and take a little break, so you can go out and meet us if we come out of our dressing room. Some people don't come out of the dressing room, and that's fine. But I want to sell some T-shirts, so I'll be out there. I wrote this song. You can help me on this one, too. I go to every year in August to the song school out in Lyons, Colorado. It precedes the Rocky Mountain Folks Fest, and Mary Gaucher is one of the instructors there most years, and I've been lucky enough to take her classes the last 2 years. And I don't know if I'm learning anything. I just am watching her talk about her story, which is worth the price of admission. But I did write this song after taking her class last year, and she challenged me to be braver in my songs, and so this is one of my more brave songs, I guess. It's a newer song, too, and it's called Fire on the Mountain, and it's about as political as I get in my songs. But asked Walter to play this with me, and wanted to say that I woke up last Sunday with some kind of chest infection. I don't know what it was. I thought it was allergies, but it kept hanging on, and I'm worried about getting pneumonia, so I went and got a shot in the butt today so I could try to hit this note. We'll see. We'll see if the doctor was just wanting to see me with my pants down.
You might need another shot at the right.
Yeah, that's right.
I was born, my daddy took me in his arms. He named me after a cowboy. Then he got the hell out of Dodge. Well, there's no shame if you follow in the wind. Oh, but just like the tumbleweed, he found himself in some other ghost town. Yeah, yeah. Well, if that's what he needed, he was brave enough to say it out. table. And I just made it worse, 'cause I put all the things down in a song. She thinks I never hear, or I don't listen, or I don't care, but I'm just unable to pay her any mind when I know something. Yes, something's wrong. You know it is. She said, there's a fire on the mountain. Do you hear me shouting? I'm gonna leave you in the morning. Baby, here's your warning. Here's your warning. Oh, before I fail you, before I do any harm, before the crying, yeah, I tried to tell you, no, I pulled the alarm, led the siren. I'll ride from town to town on my high horse like I'm some kind of cowboy. And I never noticed the faces of folks. They got their own pain to kill. Oh, the woman in the street, she cried, por favor, ayuda, no puedo ir sin mi hijo. Oh, today I finally looked up and saw the smoke coming over the hill. Yeah, I did. You know, there's a fire on the mountain. Baby, there's a fire on the mountain. Oh, there's a fire on the mountain. Do you hear me? I'm gonna leave you in the morning. Baby, here's your warning. Here's your warning.
Thank you for listening. Thank you.
The first two I did were new songs, and like I was saying right at the end of that, if I didn't quite tackle that last one. I hit a couple of bad chords, but that's what CDs are for. So if you want it done perfectly, just wait a couple of months and I'll have a CD version of that. But I hate that when I mess them up. But anyway, this is one that I've been doing for a while with my group, Swamp Cabbage. And when I moved to New York City, which I've spent most of my adult life up there, as I mentioned before, coming from Jacksonville, and I got lonely and homesick for the the South, and especially this part of the South. And I reached out to Southern musicians in the New York area, and there were some. Actually, my bass player for years was from Alpharetta, so I found him in Manhattan. And but the drummer was from the Bronx, and I told him I wasn't interested. I could hear his New York accent, and I told him I'm not interested in somebody from New York. And he says, I'm from the South Bronx, if that'll help. So, you know, I acquiesced and gave him a shot, but he's still playing with me. He's that fellow Jagoda I was telling you about. And but anyway, I'm all enamored with the Civil War and those sorts of historical sites. And whenever we play in an area near one of the old battlefields, I take the band by, and he could care less about any of that stuff. And so just to torture him when he had taken his first trip to what I think is the baptismal, epicenter there. And this guy goes into the Waffle House and orders grits without butter because he's trying to watch his diet and everything. And the waiter said to him, "You would like your grits without butter?" He says, "I'm sorry, sir, but they gon' be butter. They gon' be butter." I'm salivating, I'm a Pavlov's man. Lube up the iron with the aerosol. I smell the bacon and the hot pecans. I do hope that I don't embarrass y'all. I get the feeling that this place is under your cosmopolitan suspicion. You very nearly made a fatal blunder. 2 order grits with butter missing. They gon' be butter people where y'all from. That's just the way this kind of food gon' come. They gon' be waffles when you're in the house. So they gon' be butter when you come down south. Scour the menu through the laminate from anything on it subtle or insipid. Look how the pictures on it obviate. They gon' be smothered in lipids. They gon' be butter people where y'all from. That's just the way this kind of food gon' come. They gon' be waffles when you come into the house. They gon' be butter when you come down south. Come on. So y'all come to Dixie, be my guest. Just leave it up to me to where go. Your dietitian may not be impressed. You want the essence of us, ergo. One place of business does represent 11 letters, black and yellow. I like the dishes with them messes bent. Let's get a booth around the elbow. Under the neo-modern chandeliers, the wonderful sheen on the butter appears. South of the border between the Carolines, that's about where a northerner should bear in mind. They gon' be butter people where y'all from. That's just the way this kind of food gon' come. They gon' be waffles when you come into the house. They gon' be butter when you come down south.
butter. That's groovy. That's groovy right there. All right, man. When you groove it on, then we'll go ahead and. That's cool. Ain't that cool? How y'all doing out there, man? Doing all right? Yeah. Cool. I'm trying to figure out which section's doing the most drinking here. Yeah, probably in the back, usually. So we're going to do you one more here, little ditty, and then we're going to... Yeah. So let me do you a Christmas song. Been on my mind. A lot of folks ask me, of course, I fantasize about people being nice to me, you know. And I don't know. I'm about to say, play a Christmas song. So I said, yeah, man. So, you know, the retail business and marketing and stuff is like shooting pool. You got to think 3 shots ahead, you know. So, thanks for asking. Silver spoon in your eyes. Never mind, mama's tired. Go to sleep out of sight. Merry Christmas. Rocking chair, grab your gums. Edge a night on the TV, black and white, make it color. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, fried chicken. Leftovers in the morning. I never got what I wanted. Never kept what I got. Merry Christmas. Fruitcake is the best. Save yourself for the rest. $2 for the children. Merry Christmas. Brill cream, old spice, aqua velvet. It ain't nice. Coon track, change of tire. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Fried chicken. Leftovers in the morning. I never got what I wanted. Never kept what I got. Merry Christmas, yeah. Selling grit for a nickel, shovel coal in the stoker, daddy's drunk, don't you know it? Merry Christmas. Running chains in the snow, go to church. When you go to hell if you don't. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Fried chicken. Leftovers in the morning. And I never got what I wanted. Never kept what I got. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Fried chicken. Leftovers in the morning, and I never got what I wanted. I never kept what I got. Merry Christmas. Thanks. We'll be right back about 15, 20. Thanks a lot.
In a minute, she can drown everything she owns. Just enough time to find herself lost in a pile of clothes. In a minute, she can read the look on my face. She can tell the kind of day I've had and knows just what to say. In a minute, oh, in a minute. Oh, I wish time could just stand still. Even though I know it never will. If she's taught me anything, it's that a minute changes everything. So make them all count, 'cause time could run out any minute now. brown hair will turn to gray. She'll have a million smiles to blame for the lines on her face. In a minute, 40 years will come and pass. We'll sit and laugh and wonder how it all went by so fast. In a minute, oh, in a minute. Oh, I wish time could just stand still, even though I know it never will. If she's taught me anything, it's that a minute changes everything. So make 'em all count, 'cause time could run out any minute now. If she's taught me anything, it's that a minute changes everything. So make 'em all count, 'cause time could run out. Any minute now. Any minute now. Thank y'all so much for listening. Y'all take care.
I know this guy, he all wrong for me. He wears shirts that are tripping on LSD. I must be high, not in that kind of funky ass car. He been picking me up every day at the curb in his 1972 Reaper. El Camino, it's proud and tangerine Camino. It drinks some gasoline Camino. El Camino. I told him your car's creepy, man, and not in a gangster kind of way, but in a perv kind of way. You got a lot of nerve driving that kind of car and taking me fishing out to the park. You're like some dude on blow in that movie Boogie Nights, and this Friday night you wanna go to the fights at your Camino. It's brown and tangerine Camino. It drinks on gasoline Camino. It's lean and a sink Camino. Very creepy. After Saturday matinee roller derby, we went parking and things got blurry. I thought, man, I can't get much hotter. And then I caught a whiff of pina colada, and we were making love in the disco era. And he was Travolta and I was Farrah. I was like, man, what is happening here? Dude must have put a Quaalude in my beer. If I wake up married, I just have to annul it right now. My hands are in that mullet, in that Camino. It's right in tangerine Camino. It burns on gasoline Camino. It's lean and a sink Camino. It smells like Listerine Camino. It brown and tangerine Camino. It lean and a sink Camino. The Camino. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I remember I was singing about September when you walked across the boardwalk to this smoky bar. I've been singing for the last 6 nights. I could barely talk to tell you just how pretty you were, but you were as pretty as a preacher's wife on Sunday. I was useless like a church bell on a Friday night. I felt like a tragedy, all dressed in dirty clothes when you walked out before I could say, how ain't you stopped in the world, stop spinning. I got a letter you know just how I become an artist, how things fall apart. It's the only thing I know. Won't you just stay here? Would you just stay here? We can just stay here alone, just waiting on a change. I remember I felt as suave as a prom date. 15 minutes later, rented suit in his mother's car. Next night was a Monday when you came over to my house. We hardly talked about anything, but it never got right. Kissed my first committee and the clock hands took a breeze from around
Could
the
I have
clock
some more
led
monitoring
all
guitar?
their day-to-day. 'Cause when you start dealing, the world stops spinning. I gotta let you know.
Just a little bit more guitar in the monitor,
Better
please,
know
Shawn.
well, I don't think it's gonna matter again. I don't wanna let you go. Won't you just stay here?
You okay out there?
Would you just stay here? We can just
Okay, could I have some more guitar in the monitor, please, Shawn? That's good.
stay here.
Okay, we're good. Thanks, man.
I was thinking I'd swing by sometime around midnight, turn my headlights off when I get near. Let's say you and me, let's get the hell out of this town, 'cause we're the only thing to ever happen here. I got $50 and if we ride with the windows down, and I scream my smokes, I think we'll make it into Georgia. We'll improvise from there. Everybody knows from here that you can't go to hell without passing through Atlanta first. I'll find a dead-end job, I'll try to write a dead-end song, just thoughtless enough to make the radio. We'll drink wine like water, as if we had a sorrow to drown in. If that don't work, it's alright, baby, we can just stay here. We can just stay here. 'Cause when you start dating, the world stops spinning. I gotta let you know just how I become an artist, how things fall apart. It's the only thing I know. Won't you just stay here? Would you just stay here? We can just lay here. We can just lay here. We can just stay here. We can just stay here. Oh, we can get away here. Oh, we can just lay here. I remember I was singing about September when you walked across the boardwalk to that smoky bar. Thanks very much.
Oh, Black River, come wash over me. I'll stay under your rushing water until I come up clean. I've heard the healing of your power can make a blind man see. Oh, Black River, come wash over me. No, Black River, I've been standing too long on your shore. In that place, felt the weight of all the hurt I bore. You run dark with the stains from hearts of sinners who've come before. Oh, Black River, is there room for just one more? No, Black River, oh, Black River, come wash over me. I'll stay under your rushing water until I come up clean. I've heard the healing of your power can make a blind man see. Oh, Black River, come wash over me.
great night. Thanks so much. Bittersweet's up in just a second.
His teacher says it's just a practice drill. In spite of that, it scares him still, so he tries his best to disappear beneath his desk. If he can do it perfectly, he might not be another casualty like those other kids. If he can just stay hid. Is this now what we call civilized? Becoming numb till we're desensitized. It's just another day in America. Another piece of innocence is lost. Just another day in America. Another line we can't get back across. At what cost? Delphina dreams of light-up shoes with laces iridescent blue, sure to light the street like firecrackers on her feet. Maria smiles, trying to mask her doubts, for fear her daughter might stand out, and God forbid if she did. But this is where her child was born and raised. Doesn't seem to matter much these days. All she can do is pray. It's just another day in America. Another piece of innocence is lost. Just another day in America. Another line we can't get back across. But at what cost? So how am I supposed to love my brother if we can't even see each other? Just another day in America. Another piece of innocence is lost. Just another day in America. Another line we can't get back across. Just another day in America. Another line we can't get back across. At what cost? 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 At what cost?
My name is Lotus from the Orient Express. Put up your hands and watch me step out of my dress. 69 was an epidemic year. I got German measles and went deaf in my left ear. So we banged the radiator, cold water, hot water. I thought we paid the rent here. Cold water, hot water. I thought we paid the rent here, didn't we? From the sleaziest house in the sleaziest town. From the lawns of my Bible and the lawns of my mom. Why worry about the future knowing others got less? Woo! Said this dog digging through your trash. And I was standing on the street, cold water, hot water. I thought we paid the rent here. Cold water, hot water. I thought we paid the rent here, didn't we, Paul? Yeah, ba-ba-da-ba, ya-ba-da-da-ba-da-ba-da-da. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Yeah, ba-ba-da-ya-da-ba-da-ba-da. Yeah, ba-ba-da-ya-da, ya-ba-da-ba-da. There's New Year's cake, you know they sell it by the slice. You get the hairy eyeball, remember this advice? That's a compound dog damn. You jump out the window, just be careful where you land. Cause we're banging on your back, cold water, hot water. I thought we paid the rent here. Cold water, hot water. I thought we paid the rent here, didn't we? Yeah, ba-ba-da-ba, ya-ba-da-da-ba-da-ba-da-da. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Yeah, ba-ba-da-ya-da-ba-da-ba-da.
Welcome back. We're going to start this thing again. Once again, my name is Wyatt Esplin from Hiawassee, Georgia. Enjoy.
I wanna get lost, get found, go wrong, turn back around, jump off the moon, land on the ground. I wanna sleep in but still get to church, collect my reward before I begin the search, and try and love you even though it's gonna hurt. I learned from my mistakes, though it may take me a minute. So don't love me at the stake, for goodness sake. My heart was in it, let's light up, burn out, do a dance, throw your fit and shout, spend all our time trying to figure it out. Hey, are you in or are you through? 'Cause I can't win if I don't have you. That'd be a sin, 'cause I got nothing to lose. But I learned from my mistakes. Oh, it may take me a minute. So don't hurt me at the stake. For goodness sake, my heart was in it.
Let's hear how your heart's in it, Walter.
Now 18 years, they fly on by. When you hear this, you'll go back in time. If we were fearless, we would have crossed that line. But I was blind and now I'm free. You know it's like some kind of prophecy. I should have loved you, you should have loved me. But I heard from my mistakes. Oh, it may take me a minute. So don't hurt me at the stake. For goodness sake, my heart was in it. My heart was in it, yeah. My heart is in it.
Walter on the guitar over there. That sounded good, man. Thanks for joining in. Hey, thank you for listening.
When you think of plantations in the South, you generally think of cotton, but in southeast Georgia, it's a kind of a touchy subject, but it's got a good ending to it, at least, this story. In southeast Georgia, there were many rice plantations down around Brunswick and Darien and those areas. And every now and then I tell my northern friends, you know, the Underground Railroad didn't always run north. Every now and then, two different points in history, it ran south. And they say, what are you talking about? And when Florida was Spanish, if a slave managed to escape, they could cross the St. Mary's River and get down into Spain, essentially. They would have to serve in the Spanish army and convert to Catholicism. But they figured they'd fare better doing that than working on the rice plantation. So this is a story that I found and took from my Okefenokee research. And it's a story of a slave escaping from his work near the coast of Georgia and having to go towards the Okefenokee. Why? Because he wanted to cross the St. Mary's. He could have gone straight south, but it was easier to be seen there where I-95 is today. So he had to head towards the swamp and head west, and he by dogs, and he was chased into the swamp. But he went towards a man who was hollering, and he figured if the man was hollering, he wasn't looking for the slave. So he went out there and said, look, can you give me a hand and tell me how to get to the St. Mary's? I'm disoriented here. So he did, and he crossed the St. Mary's, but I made a song out of that story. And I also made a melody, or I didn't make the melody, but I worked a melody, an actual Okefenokee swamp holler melody into the beginning of the song. And I'll say one more thing. When I first started doing the research about this, I went to Georgia Southern University for a while and went through the archives. And a historian out there told me that the young man who had recorded these songs in the Okefenokee in 1941, the young man who was recorded is still alive, and he ended up being a bank president in Vidalia, Georgia. And he lived his whole life out in the Okefenokee swamp until he was old enough to learn business and that sort of thing, and he got the heck out. But he just thought it was, when I contacted him, he just thought it was so weird that people were singing hollers on stages in places like New York City. He said hollers were what us in Southeast Georgia used as practical communication. They were not meant to be entertainment. He wasn't trying to be discouraging to me, but he was just puzzled by it all. So, are y'all with me? Okay. So, here's one called Georgia Rice. It's told from the perspective of the slave out in the woods. Holler from the old Lee grave. I thought he ain't a party to the search, I pray. Hound dog tracking back the road of peace. Well, it drive me smacking to the Okefenokee, the damn good bounty when a slave break free. And you're gonna catch hell if you shelter me. I'm out looking for the Saint Marie. I'm gonna wade in her water, she'll set me free. I take my chance with the poison snake, 'cause the master won't hang the good money I can make. He crossed the line of what a man can take. Turn a man from chattel and you clean him up nice, set him straight to battle from the Georgia rice. Don't you wonder what I come up from under? Don't know how, but it's all the same. Take my vow to the Queen of Spain. Don't you wonder what I come up from under? Folks can't figure why a man of God would risk his deed of granted sod for a slave out looking for the Saint Marie. He's gonna wade in her water, she'll set him free. Cross the line of what a man can be. Take a man from a chattel and you clean him up nice, set him straight to battle from the Georgia rice. Don't you wonder what I come up from under? Don't know how, but it's all the same. Take my vow to the Queen of Spain. Don't you wonder what I come up from under? slave break free. You're gonna catch hell if you shelter me. But I'm gonna cross the line of what a man can be. You might catch hell, but they won't catch me. Georgia Rice, thank you.
My cousin's in and out of jail more times than I can count. Bad habits running the family. Marshall still grows pot. And trailer meth labs around the corner, they make all the money. Pharmaceuticals paint the sky, fill the cemeteries. That's the best I can tell. Morphine's legal tender. Now, suck up to you, you suck up to me. We could play and sing like the Beatles. I was a younger man, head full of sand, now washed away in peace. That's the best I can tell. Morphine's legal tender. Yeah, that's the best I can tell. Morphine's legal tender. I used to run through the woods and run through the streets, run through the eyes of the preacher. And I drink and I work you under the table, in the mirror stands Clark Gable. That's the best I can tell. Morphine's legal tender. The world is flat, flat as hell, and reruns on the TV. They keep me here and off the edge, fucked up on the needle. Lord, I'm full of shit that I got it made. It don't want to hurt your feelings. But in a 20 by 20 paradise, you can leave me. That's the best I can tell. Morphine's legal tender. Say that's the best I can tell. Morphine's legal tender. Thanks. Kick it.
My granddaddy raised me up in Hiawassee, Georgia, and he got me a fiddle when I was 11. Didn't get me lessons, just got me the fiddle. And I've never had lessons since. And every time I took him to one of these songwriter rounds. I do a lot of these. I actually host one in Nashville every 3 months at the Listening Room Cafe called the Americana Troubadour Round. And so I get to meet a lot of great songwriters, and this is one of my favorite types of shows to do, where you get to hear great songs and share your songs, and usually people are listening. They don't do many of these kind of gigs in a brewery. And but I took my granddaddy to one of these shows before he passed away, and I said, "How'd you like the show, Granddaddy?" He said, "You didn't play no fiddle." And so I promised him I'd play fiddle every time I'd play one of these gigs. So before I play my next song, I got to get this out of my system for Mr. Tom Harvey. Just a little hoedown just to wake you up a little. Now I won't get into trouble. That was for you too, Chuck. Hope you're listening still at home. I don't know if you guys got one, but during the break I got a text from Chuck McDowell that said, "You're killing it, dude." So that's some great inspiration. So. I wrote this next song. Oh, shoot. Got to plug in on it. There's the train. Y'all can play with me on this one. This will be G. We'll do G. I wasn't going to do this song, but now the train's going by. I got to do it. I released this song last year on my new album that came out last year, and they're for sale out there. Y'all can pay what you want to, though. If you want to support me, get a T-shirt and I'll give you a free CD. But if you still listen to CDs and you want one, just go pay whatever you want to. There's a little canister out there. Make sure you take them. I got plenty of them. I don't want any more. So. But I released this song last year. And now all my friends are sending me videos of their kids singing it. I guess it's a little earworm for the kids, you know. So I've got about 15 videos of moms and dads filming their kids in the car seat singing this song. I don't know who's driving. Hope it wasn't the parents. Play with me on this one. This is called Train Track. I hope you like it.
I got a heart, it's half broken. I found a quarter, but it's just a token. Let's put it in the slot. Here's the hoping. It's 5 o'clock, how come nothing's open? Well, there's something you don't see every day. A train sitting on the train track. It always seems to be rolling away. Never waiting on you, never looking back. Oh, Backstage at Eddie's, she heard me singing. She was getting ready, but she caught the ending. She tried to be nice, but she don't like pretending. I took her advice, why don't you add some sinning? Well, there's something you don't see every day. A train sitting on the train track. It always seems to be rolling away. Never waiting on you, never looking back. Oh, you're not waiting on me. End of the season, still no hurricane. Here in the mountains, all we get is rain. Sometimes a tornado will wake us up again. Honey, stay right there because I'm coming to get ya. Oh, there's something you don't see every day. A train sitting on the train track. It always seems to be rolling away. Never waiting on you, never looking back. Yeah, there's something you don't see every day. A train sitting on the train track. It always seems to be rolling away. Never waiting on you, never looking back. Oh, you're not waiting on me, you're not looking back. Oh, you're not waiting on me, you're not looking back.
Thank you.
When I was younger, I didn't care much for acoustic guitars. I thought they were sissified, you know. I just liked electric guitars, and I couldn't get enough of electric. And I think of Atlanta when I changed my mind on the acoustic guitar. When I was a kid, I had an opportunity to see Led Zeppelin here at the Omni. It doesn't exist anymore, and then I saw Jimmy Page play the acoustic guitar, and it. Like I said earlier, I didn't grow up with bluegrass and country music. My father used Merle Travis and Loretta Lynn as a way of waking me up in the morning at 5:30 with the radio. So I had an adversarial relationship with Southern music, but when I saw Jimmy Page play the acoustic guitar at the Omni, I thought the acoustic guitar is cool now. And so he cracked it open for me. But I always used to drive past this old man playing an electric guitar on his front porch. He had a Sears Silvertone guitar, and he played it through a Montgomery Ward's amplifier. Montgomery Ward's was a department store, and you could buy everything there, kind of like Sears. But I asked the old man how he got his sound. He sounded like a choir in one person. He sounded like an organ player. He had a percussive sound. He did that thing Malcolm does a lot. He kind of taps the guitar every now and then, but he had a whole drum sound going. And I said, "How do you get that sound?" And he said, "Okay, I know what this is about." It wasn't anything weird, or he just wanted to save my soul in exchange for some information on the guitar. And he said, "I can't play the guitar without the Jesus tone." And I was scared to death. I didn't know how to have conversations about matters of the spirit with people, but it was years later when I became an adult and kind of thought about it. I thought, oh, geez, this guy was talking in metaphor. I thought he scared me to death. And the Jesus tone, I couldn't remember where in the scripture Jesus played the electric guitar. I was taking him all literally and everything. I didn't have the tools. I just didn't have the tools. So years later, I wrote this song as if I had had a long conversation with him. And this is one that I recorded from my Swamp Cabbage repertoire. Give me some volume on this, if you can, on the guitars. A little bit more. There we go. Jesus tone. I I don't even wanna bother strapping it on without the Jesus tone. I might as well stay home. Well, my preacher got a pulpit and a microphone. I can't play the guitar without Jesus' tone. I can't earn a living without the Jesus hand. I can't drive a nail, I can't drive a van without the Jesus hand. I ain't worth a damn. Oh, I'm gonna lose my occupation to a much better man who's got the Jesus hand. Sense without the Jesus tone. People keep on asking me what country I'm from without the Jesus tone. I might as well stay home. Well, I need to scream at the sinners I'm walking among. I can't make no sense without the Jesus tone. You know I like my Jesus tone. You know I like my Jesus tone. You know I like my Jesus tone. So if you wanna play the guitar with the Jesus tone, plug into an amplifier the Savior condones, you'll get the Jesus tone. With everyone you own. I say to hell with the devil and his black cat bone. I can't make no sense without the Jesus tone. I like my Jesus tone. You know 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 I like my Jesus tone. I can't play the guitar without the Jesus tone.
Still hanging in there, ain't you? Yeah, you're still here, kids. That's cool, man. Yeah. Yeah, cool. Red Clay Theater, nice place, huh? Yeah. Let's get up here and swap tunes. Used to do that. I lived in Nashville, studied proctology for about 8-9 years. I can't remember. And yeah, fond memories. Fond memories. Now. Yeah. He's eat up a little time here. I mean, I love these guys picking in stories and writing. Cool, huh? Yeah. Yeah, man. Guys are taking a lot of volume out there this evening. What? Anyway. So I was talking to my wife, and I was sitting in my spot on the couch, and you know, when you're married for a while, you get paper and pewter and silver and stuff like that. You know, we get couch extensions. So that's funny as hell. I still think it's funny. And she was sitting over there, and I was sitting here, and I was explaining to her my extensive knowledge of world history. It didn't take her a long time, but you know, there's people that like to have cold beer or mixed drink, or maybe some bourbon and tea, hold the tea, and stuff like that. Maybe a case of beer in the morning before breakfast just to get your ass out of bed. And I've had my share of that stuff in yours too. And, you know, you might end up in a peculiar place, and so I've abstained from that stuff for a while. I ended up in Plymouth, England a few times, and over there in a little area called Damnation Alley, as I was talking to my wife on the way down on the other end of the couch. And that's 7.5 hours without a cigarette. Starting to piss me off again. And, you know, back in the 15th century, 1400 something or other, you know, where all the rapists, murderers, and thieves, and whores, and the drunkards, and the people had a very good time. Were hanging out in the Damnation Alley in Plymouth, England. So the Mayflower stopped by there, probably to get liquor because the criminals were, of course, already on the Mayflower, on their way over here to Australia first, their second-hand tit, and stuff like that, you know. And so my wife says, wow, why don't you write a song about the Damnation Alley? And I thought to myself, that pisses me off. Nobody tells me what to do. That guy's been drinking too, sleeping in the bathroom. And but it stuck in my head all day long. And so this is called the New Damnation Alley. Ha! That's clever as hell, ain't it? Bloody curtains in Plymouth, dried out in St. John's. Making a living in my skin out of town. Feeling my age, feeling cynical and wrong. Too scared to believe I belong anymore. She's rolling in the evening on a crumb for a bum. You bet your bottom dollar one day he's gonna run. Billionaire barbarians, cutthroat history breeds. Old money drags the poor man down. The New Damnation Alley, the New Damnation Alley. Truth takes beating like a whipping boy screams. And the rich guys smiling for the kings and queens. Limousine large clipper zips for slaves. Road street to street, shore to shore. Billionaire barbarians, cutthroat history breeds. No money drags a poor man down. New Damnation Alley, New Damnation Alley. Coast to coast, face to face. See the lovely children tore up inside. Stories tell the times and names in the graves. Covered up by the love we forgot to save. Billionaire barbarians, cutthroat history breeds. Old
drags a poor man down a new damnation alley, a new damnation alley. Billionaire barbarians, old cutthroat history breeds. Old money drags poor man down a new damnation alley, a new damnation alley. Thanks. All right, Wichita. Thank you, Wichita.
Wow, what an honor to be up here with you guys. It's great to hear that. I guess we're going to just do one more round, right? All right, well, I got enough sad songs to make it the last song, so. I'll do this weird song I wrote. I haven't recorded it yet. I'm playing a lot of stuff I haven't recorded because I'm hoping you'll buy my CD and watch for the new one that'll be out. And you can download it too. And I'll be back here at Red Clay Theater in a month, opening the show for B.J. Wilbanks and my friends the Murphs. So it's going to be a great night of music, 3 acts. Last Saturday of July. Get you a ticket. Come out. It'll be great. It's an honor to be here, honor to be asked by Chuck McDowell to be part of his songwriter series. Yeah. I got to know him at 30A Songwriting Festival earlier this year, and his set was right after mine, so he asked me to stay on stage with my fiddle and play. And, I hadn't heard a lot of his songs, but I pulled what I could out of nowhere, and he seemed impressed, and that's all I cared about was impressing him. And so I was honored to be part of that, and so I'm glad to be here tonight. And also, it's always great to see Eddie and Corey, and thanks Josh for the great sound too, and all the ladies working out front for helping us out. Great meeting you, and I'm going to end with this song called "I Hear You, Mother." It's kind of about the prodigal son who he never wanted to go home, and usually because a nagging mother was waiting on him. So.
Your daddy finally closed his eyes. He licked his fingers. He put the candle out for good. I hear you, mother, I'm coming home. So I got up from the bed. I went over to the kitchen, started peeling apples for the pie. I hear you, mother, I'm coming home. The hearse comes up the driveway. It's pouring the rain. I'll get him an umbrella. Hear you, mother, I'm coming home. I hear you, mother, I'm coming home. Day down at the graveyard, they mentioned you, how they said you were his pride and joy. I hear you, mother, I'm coming home. You were his only child, his only boy. I think the hope he held inside began to fester. Well, the ants got in the pie. It was 104 today. I don't even think I woke up. I hear you, mother, I'm coming home. Saw your daddy last night. Baby, I was wrong. He still holds that candle for you. I hear you, mother, I'm coming home. No need to lie to me no more. I found some peace, and the pain is finally ended. I hear you, mother, I hear you, mother. Oh, where the dreamers stay. Oh, if I can find a way. Oh, you have no words to say. I'm home. If I can find a way. Oh, where the drifters fade. I'm home. If I can find a way. Oh, keep the wolves at bay. I'm home. If I can find a way.
Thank you.
Wyatt, if you want to play a little fiddle on this, it'd be great. I have Dana Kurtz also to thank for introducing me to the music of Malcolm Holcombe. And Malcolm, it's great to be listening to you tonight. When I lived for 2 or 3 years in Asheville, and I would come out to see you play, and it's just you're just a fantastic writer, and it's great to be on the stage with you. So, also thanks to Chuck and Eddie. I've known Eddie for a long, long time. I had a group called the Nudes, as he mentioned earlier, and you know, I was coming in from the great Northeast, so to speak, and needed some places to work down in the South well after I had moved from the South, and I was very grateful that Eddie gave me a place to play over at Eddie's Attic, and it's nice to be back here tonight. I'm tired tonight. We drove pretty much all day, and I'm going to keep this one on the low energy side, but it's a song that I wrote in Asheville. I got a couple of songs when I lived there, and at one point I was just sitting in my room, and a little bird landed on the windowsill, and I thought, you know, I love to buy old guitars, and some of us like cars and all these things, and we like to kind of think that these things make our lives better. And at the end of the day, I knew that no matter how much money I had, I could never. Not that I have a lot of money, but I couldn't. That would mean nothing to this little sparrow, and even if I had the money to buy him, it wouldn't matter. It would just be a waste, and nothing would be greater or more free than that. And just one of those equalizing moments. That wasn't very articulate, but maybe the song will be better. Let a sparrow sing a song for the angel. She don't belong, she don't matter, not like she should in the devil's neighborhood. Let us fly to me. Let me touch you. Let me see. 'Cause I'm gonna listen if you come around. Oh, the devil side of town. You can take me with the truth. You can be my living proof. I wanna see the same world that you do too. From the angel's point of view, let the winds of the ground. I'm an angel, no one's around. I can't fly when the sky's not blue, 'cause there's too much trouble to fly through. All I wanted was the truth. So I look for mine in you. I tried to see the same world that you saw too. From the angel's point of view. Little angel, I was blind. I tried to catch you and make you mine. I thought I'd save you, but what from? You're already loved by everyone.
All right, God bless y'all. Dios te bendiga right here in Duluth, Georgia, right at the Red Clay. Thank you very much, gentlemen. We had a great audience. These folks are very nice and kind to us. Thank you so much. You built all the bridges and you mined all our coal. Fought for our freedom and you died in our wars. Steel workers in the factories, back of breaking plows. Sweating and you dreaming made my home free, proud. Send to me your tide, poor, sick, suffering. Send them to me, send them to me. Ellis Island is yours no more. Been thrown out of England for misdeeds and blood. You journeyed and you dared by God's grace, love. God knows I once was a beggar, a robber, a liar. The mercy of handouts and government lawyers. Send me your tide, poor, sick, suffering. Send them to me, send them to me. Ellis Island is yours no more. Lord knows now why do we suffer and homeless we cry. Only memories of dust, and tears in your eyes. Lord knows I don't know nothing unless every day a little bit older, harder the way. Send me your tide, poor, sick, suffering. Send them to me, oh, send them to me. Ellis Island is yours no more. Angel Island is yours no more. Ellis Island is yours. Thanks, kids. Thank y'all. See you in a minute outside.